Okay, that ought to work. Let's see if we
All
can.
right.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, we've got a lot of people in. Oh,
Wow.
I see our T-shirt winner already.
Do you?
I do.
Okay, I do too. Hey, everybody. Gosh, we got so many popping in right quick.
It's hard to say hey to all of them. We're behind
no way
a
to
little.
see the count now.
No, but that's okay.
Okay.
We'll be good. We'll see
Hey,
it afterward.
Deep South Homestead is live. Yes, Sheila, we are live.
Okay, I don't know
Saturday
if we have
night.
moderators in yet. I'm not sure if I've seen any, mainly. But if we don't, we'll have some in a minute, and if not, I'll make a couple more if we need them.
Hey, Rusty. Danny, I watched that you dehydrated water video for 5 minutes before I realized it was April Fool's Day. Good deal. Good deal. Okay. Can you hear us? That's what we need to know. Somebody let me know.
Yes, are we even broadcasting like we're supposed to?
Oh.
Anybody say hi? Say I can hear you or whatever.
Just let us know if you can hear live and yes, Deep South. Okay. Hey, from Meridian. All right.
Okay, they're saying yes. I'm assuming saying yes, they
Yes,
can
yes,
hear.
yes. Okay. We just want to be sure because one time we sit here and talked to ourselves for 10 minutes before we knew we wasn't talking to y'all.
Yeah. And while I'm trying to be still, guys, I will really try hard to maybe be still.
Okay.
And, let me see if I can do this, what's going to happen, just because. Okay, I can see that. I can't see anything else, but we can see the chat. Is that good?
I can see it the other way. It's all right.
Okay. Well, if I put it back, it may be.
It's up to you.
Okay. I'm just playing with stuff, trying to see if it'll work any better.
Okay.
We're hoping to cut down on buffering just a little bit this way. It was a Pratt family. Mike Pratt came up with this.
Mike came up with this setup, so we're going to see if it works all right. Sounds good, Rocky says. Happy April Fooling.
Danny had a
nice t-shirt. You like my t-shirt? Deep South Homestead, y'all.
Yeah, we have a link in the description below that tells how to get them, and we have a winner for our t-shirt contest. I wasn't going to do that to start with, but I think we should do it anyway.
You think we should?
Yeah, because I didn't see her in here.
Okay.
And I want to know while I know she's in here to tell her she won in case she pops out or something.
Okay.
You know.
Well, let's just make sure she's still in here.
Well, I
Catherine.
How do you say her last name?
Gagne.
Gagne. Catherine Gagne.
Are you still in here, Catherine? If you are, pop back up and let us know.
Before we tell the what is it, the logo that we're going to be, not logo, but it's a logo. It's a saying that's going to be on the back of the t-shirts. Thank you, Suburban. It's going to be like a 15 second. Yeah. Where did you get your t-shirts printed? It is called.
Yeah, she says, "Yup, I'm here."
Okay, good.
Okay, Catherine, you are the winner of a t-shirt because we used your logo, reseeding the skills of yesterday. Reseeding the skills of yesterday.
Yes.
So we chose that particular one to go as one of the logos on our new t-shirts.
And they will be up this week. So we'll get with you if you'll private message me, Catherine. We'll get with you, and within the next couple of weeks, you'll get a t-shirt that has the reseeding, the skills of yesterday on it. Now, we liked a lot of them. I'm going to tell you.
Oh, there was so many. It was so hard to choose from, y'all. I mean, really.
And Catherine put up, I mean, she padded it now. She put up about, what, 7 or 8?
7 or 8 of them up there.
And about 4 or 5 of them were in the top things.
Yeah, because we
had like 12.
We had to just keep narrowing them down. We did like 10 or 12, and then 4 or 5, and then 2, and then finally got down to 1. And
we're going to use some of them later in t-shirts because I love porch time. I want to do that one, and we're going to do that shortly. It may be a month from now after we get back from the conference, but we are going to have a porch time shirt.
Yes, Brad, we do sell dehydrated water. As a matter of fact, I am drinking some dehydrated water tonight. And Wanda's actually drinking some
tea made
with dehydrated water.
Well, been rehydrated. Dehydrated water. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
So we were going to talk a little about rain today. We got some nice rain.
We got some nice rains this past week. Yeah, well, it was this week, actually. It wasn't this past week.
We got some last week, too.
Yeah, but we got some, we got a lot of good rain. Yes, Bandana Grandma, you dehydrate it 1 to 1.
The ratio is 1 to 1.
You also rehydrate it. 1 to 1 is how you rehydrate it. Yes.
And how much room do you need to store it? As much room as you've got jars, because jars is what takes up space.
Yeah.
It's not the water, it's the jar.
It's the jar. It's a container, whatever kind of container you want to put it in.
It's safer in glass jars.
It is safer. It lasts longer.
I wouldn't put it in plastic. It can leach, some plastic.
Yeah, the plastic might leach chemicals into it.
Mm-hmm.
Drinking rehydrated wine. Cheers.
Well, that would be nice. Okay, let's see.
Wants to know if you can dehydrate ice cubes. Yes, you can. You can dehydrate ice cubes.
You have to melt them first.
You have to. They go through the same process. You just put them in a pot and boil them until all the water's gone out of it, and then you'll be able to have them rehydrated. But what was I talking about?
Rain.
Rain. Yes, we got rain this week. We got good showers this week. Our gardens literally jumped. The trees around here went from having no leaves to being completely leafed out in a week.
Yes.
It's just amazing what the right amount of moisture at the right time will do on a homestead here. Okay, Wanda, are you?
How are you cooking? How are you baked goods when you use the dehydrated water? I don't use water in my baked goods, so I usually, if I have to have anything, it's almond milk. So I don't know. We don't do a lot of water in that. I don't use a lot of water in anything because
you don't use a lot of water in nothing.
Because I can everything, and when I can it, I use the water then. So I just open a jar and heat stuff. So we don't really add water back to a whole lot.
Suburban said, well, dehydrated water is not available in the Etsy store, but for other items, visit this. That's right, because because of the Food and Drug Administration and legalities, we're not allowed to sell dehydrated water. So
it's not listed under the cottage laws either.
Right, it's not under the cottage laws, so we cannot legally sell the dehydrated water. If you want to buy some, though, you can send me a check, because I'll gladly send you the money. I'll gladly send you some.
Yeah, you might get in trouble for that one, though.
Rusty wants to know, how do you milk an almond?
I don't know.
I don't know. I guess you have to have very small hands. That's all I can say.
Okay, I can't keep a straight face when he does that. I can try for a while, guys.
Okay.
Everybody asked about the video, how many takes it took. One
take.
The deal was when John and Julie were here.
This has been going on for months, y'all.
Yeah, when John and Julie were here the last time, we came up with the idea.
Hey, Nikki.
And so we sat down and we had a good laugh because we were throwing possibilities out there, and we laughed and laughed and laughed about it. And we came up with the cleaning the dirt. And if you guys haven't seen it, go to Dirt Patch Heaven and check out Mr. Dirt and I cleaned the dirt until John and Julie told us we did it wrong.
You said John.
Oh, Danny and Julie, told John and I we did it wrong. But y'all, theirs is funny. We had a ball because John went to the local Piggly Wiggly and picked out all the cleaning agents there. So just go over to Dirt Patch and check theirs too. But Danny did his in one take.
Yeah.
A couple of days ago, I kept telling him he had to get this done because we talked about it a month or so ago. And he kept putting it off and kept putting it off. And so one morning, like 7 o'clock in the morning, I said, okay, you've got to do this now. And it'll take us a while. It took us less than 15 minutes. And he did it all step. I had very little editing except to just take the starts and stops out and fade it in. I mean, he kept a straight face, and I did too, pretty much. I was grinning, but I wasn't cackling because I done got it out of my system when John and Julie were here. Yeah, Sheila says, Danny, I hope to see you use a 2x4 stretcher. I do have a 2x4 stretcher. I have a 2x4 stretcher along with my set of sky hooks that I use. And I also have a set of muffler bearings. If anybody needs some muffler bearings, I have muffler bearings, sky hooks, and 2x4 stretchers. So what is that? Okay, y'all are getting me because I don't understand. I don't know what this is. Okay. Okay. Oh, the book's awesome, Nikki. We're going to get to that in a few minutes. We're going to talk about that book in just a few minutes. Let me run through some things before I forget. Yeah. Okay, we talked about the T-shirt, and the winner is Catherine Gagney, I think. Yeah. And reseeding the skills of yesterday. That's going to be our new one. Yeah, some blinker fluid. He's right. We almost did the blinker fluid one. That one was pretty awesome. We liked that. Or smoke shovels. We had, through the kids' eyes, the Texas Boys. I think they're on here tonight. You guys go check out The Texas Boys. We had Rufus and Buddy. Both did videos this week. And so y'all go show them some love and look at Buddy and Rufus's videos on, one of them's a climber. I can't remember which is which, but one of them would climb in trees, and the other one shows you his hideout in the woods. And they are both they're homestead boys, believe me, boys, real boys. And then we have another one that went up today, is 46 degrees north. Now they're in Canada, and Kirk is in the Homestead Network, and his daughter Bo. She's real cute. I'd say she's probably 12, 13, 14, somewhere along in there. It's hard for me to guess on ages with kids. She did ours this morning. She put up a video. So 46 degrees north. They're both climbers. Yeah, both climbers. Well, one of them climbed a lot. The other one was on a, what do you call it? I don't know. Just spit it out. No, what's that thing they hang on? Monkey bars. No, glide through. Oh, I know what you're talking about. A rappel, like a rappel line. That. A rappel something line. Like that in theirs. Yeah. But now, Bo did her video, so y'all go to 46 degrees north and check her out. And let's see. We have another one coming up in the next week or two, but I'm not going to talk about them till they get theirs ready. I'm going to be a part of Homesteady. He is putting up some kind of video in the next week or so. And it's to do with why I left the city. He's going to do a group of YouTube people and talk about why they left the city for homesteading. So I will be a part of that. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing with it. I just sent him the video, and so I'll let you know when Homesteady gets a video up this week. Okay, your mill for flour and your corn cob sheller, where did you get them, and where could we get one? Thanks. I actually picked mine up at a zip line. Yeah, at a little, like a weekend market thing. I mean, they had a little antique show there, and the guys were selling this stuff, and that's actually where I got mine from. Slam up. Freaky Geek says, never heard tell of such things, but I'm sure glad Danny finally bit the bullet and dehydrated water for us. Yes, we've been holding out on that for quite some time. We really, we do. I told Wanda, I said, this is just one of the secrets of life, and I hate to let every secret in life go, because it's one at a time. Yeah, just one thing at a time. Hackers go, let's see, Dolphin Man is missed. Okay, something happened with Dolphin Man. Dale, something happened to him, I guess. I haven't seen Dolphin Man in a few days. I know he's usually on most of them. I saw him 2 or 3 days ago. Raven, I'm finally back. Okay. I'm back. Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right.
Where we at here?
I'm burning up, and I'm using Miss B Lady's fan.
Mulching raspberries. What about your mulching raspberries?
Somebody asked about the raspberries, why I didn't put the mulch around the raspberries. Well, when we were working with the sugar cane back in the fall, when we ran the stalks through the mill, what was left over is really a good mulch. So I had put down rabbit manure around my raspberries. Then I put the cane, what do you call that?
Baggage.
Yeah, whatever he said.
Yep, cane baggage.
I put all that around my berries, so that's holding the moisture in there. And then I had piled leaves. I put some dirt on top of it and then piled leaves on top of that. And so when I mulched the raspberries, I put the cardboard in the walkways because I had so much grass comes up in the walkways. And I don't want to have to try and keep it out. So the mulch is hanging in there really good, and we've had 3 or 4 rains on it. And it's still a couple of inches thick, and I've got plenty, as y'all saw, there's plenty in the pile left, so I can still add more.
Jamie wants to know, what's the best way to keep crows out of a young cornfield? Shoot one of them and hang him up on a stick out there by his leg. That's the best way I found.
And the others, what'd you say, they won't come back?
Yeah, the other crows are kind of a funny creature. When you shoot one of them, a lot of times I'll shoot them and just wound them where they'll squawk, and if you let them lay there and squawk, the other ones will come back and mourn them. Especially if you kill them, they'll come back and mourn they're dead, and they'll just fly circles around over it. It gives you an opportunity, if you're real still, you can actually kill several of them. If you leave one of them squawking, they'll just keep coming back to you. You can kill a whole pile of them.
Yeah, they're all saying shoot one and leave it. The rest of them will leave. If you put a dead one up, they'll leave.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the best way I found. Let me put it that way.
Now,
okay.
Porch time.
Porch time. Where do I fit in? I hope y'all enjoyed that. Not many times will I sit and talk about things like the temperaments, or how the mind works, or how the body works, or how people react. I don't sit and talk about that a lot of times. Those are things and techniques that I used in business. I used to when I did some counseling. I used it when I was counseling to know how people were doing. So it's just one of them things that I wanted to throw that information out there, because a lot of people on YouTube don't understand why they can't seem to, why they can't seem to get their points across where people really respond to them. And the whole bottom line is, a lot of it has to do with your temperament. I mean, it's different people's temperament causes them to come across in different ways. And it's nothing intentional by a person. It just seems like some people have certain personality traits, and people don't want to listen to them because of the personality traits that they have. They come across as snide or angry all the time, or as a know-it-all, or whatever. And it's just simply based on your temperament is all it is. It's nothing against anybody.
Okay, somebody wanted to know, did the T-shirts, do they ship immediately? Yes, we use a company called Solution Printing, Tennessee, Solution Printing TN, and he ships. When you order, he will get them out within a couple of days. You should have them within 7 days. 5 to 7 days, I think, is his turnaround. So he's very good with the shirts and the caps. We have 2 caps, and we will have the new shirt later this week.
Oh, let's see here. There were some things went by.
I missed something I saw a while ago.
Rocky Brooks says, where can I get jars of dehydrated water? Yes, you can make your own. It's real easy.
All right, Kelly Hale said she sent a message on Facebook. Okay, I'll check it after a while.
Okay.
We're not good at doing more than one thing at a time.
Yeah. Oh, I know. One of the questions was, do they ship the T-shirts internationally?
Internationally, I don't know.
I don't know. That's something we've never asked them. We'll have to find out about that.
I've not asked him. They probably could, but it would cost you more. So I'm just not sure, but I will ask for next time. I wonder if the blackbird's baked in a pie. Remember that old saying?
I wonder if a crow is a blackbird's baked in a pie. Yeah, I remember that story. Okay, Escardinetta said, I asked, do they ship internationally? We don't know. We'll have to find out. That video was fabulous, Danny. How on earth did you keep a straight face?
He is the master of straight face.
Let me just stop right here and tell you, that is part of a survival technique. Actually, whenever you're say for instance, you're captured by the enemy, you have got to learn to be able to keep a straight face, and you've got to be able to learn to get a point across and be very convincing with it, even though it may not be the truth. So that's one of the things that it's actually a survival technique that I've been taught. I can actually look anything in the face with a straight face and talk, just simply because, you know, that's one of those. It's just a survival technique, and just always remember that. And that's not a joke. This is for real.
Yeah, Raven, I'm adding you to our prayer list.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Okay,
yeah, all of y'all remember that.
We'll mention it again at the end of the show. Okay, foraging. I did the top 2 tips, I think, for foraging. I'm going to work on another foraging video. It'll probably come out sometime this week. It'll be my 3rd tip, I guess. But the top 2, one was, if it's ready, go get it. Don't put it off, because foraging is all about getting it while it's ready. That is probably my top number 1 thing, is if it's ready, you've got to be ready to pick it now. And I foraged today. I've been picking berries all week. They're just now getting started good, so I will be picking berries for a while, and then blueberries will kick in, and when they do, if we pick like we usually do, we'll be picking blueberries every day or every 2 or 3 days for a while at his dad's. And I made a salad today. I had 2 different kinds of lettuce. I had garlic chives, onion chives. I picked radishes, carrots, asparagus, and I added some huckleberries to it. And it was an awesome salad, y'all. All from here.
B-Lady, I don't know how long it takes slips to grow from potatoes put in jars, because I don't grow mine that way. I put mine in the ground, and it usually takes about 2 weeks, and they've got roots all over them, so I'm not sure about putting them in jars. That's not how I do it, because nature doesn't grow them that way, so I don't do them that way.
How do we keep the birds off the blueberries? I go pick every morning extremely early, and they still will get some. Now, at his dad's, there's so many trees that
my dad's, I mean, we got over 100 trees, and there's probably 600 or 700 gallons of blueberries on there, and it doesn't matter. Birds do get a few. I mean, you're not going to miss them.
But here, our trees are small. So I go out every morning, and we usually go out every afternoon and late in the evening when it gets just before dark to see if we can pick whatever's ready. And then my second tip, did you have questions?
No, we just got things people just asking here.
Okay, the second tip was, even though you just get a few berries, if you don't eat them all, you can start saving. They'll add up, because I already have almost 2 quarts of mulberries right now. I have 2 quarts of strawberries, probably about a cup or cup and a half of huckleberries. And if you know how little they are, that's a lot for just a week. And then dewberries. I've got probably maybe a couple of cups of dewberries already.
Y'all are, B-Lady says, Susan, I guess we can plant the ones that have roots if slips don't grow. You cannot plant the potato. You have to have the slip.
Yeah.
The potato will grow nothing. You've got to have the slip. Fred said he didn't kill it after all. Oh, Nikki.
The banana tree.
Yeah, cool.
Beth Mitchell wants to know, how much feed does chickens really need a day, wondering if they're overfeeding. I probably overfeed mine.
Chickens don't need...
They don't need a lot.
They don't need as much as most people think they do. I mean, in these chicken houses, they put it to them in front of them and they just eat all they want. But
they're not really laying eggs. Are they? No, I guess the egg layers.
Yeah, the egg layers do. They feed them.
I tend to notice with mine, if I overfeed mine, they don't lay that very much the next day. So if I cut them back, I notice they start laying again. So I'm not sure. I think I probably overfeed mine. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think we probably give, it's probably a cup to the bird, maybe, or half a cup to the bird.
No, not per bird.
About half a cup.
I've got a scoop, and I do not quite a full scoop for ever how many birds is in my pen.
Okay.
So it's not about
one big scoop for every 10 birds. Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
I have a question. I tried to can some dehydrated water, and it didn't do right. Can you help?
You probably left moisture in it if that's the case.
Yeah, it has to be totally dry.
It's got to be. That's the biggest problem we found there at Logan's Homestead. If you have any moisture left in it, it will spoil and it will not come back right.
What's the best laying hen for a first-time garden owner? I'd say Buff Orpingtons. I like them.
Your buffs are very docile birds. They just, that or the red sex links, they do pretty good.
What do I use mulberries for? I usually make jelly.
Make jelly.
I take and boil them down and then use a jelly bag and get all the seeds out and use the juice to make jelly. But you can make pies or jams or whatever. I just don't like the seeds of the mulberry in my stuff, so I use jelly.
Yeah, and Rocky Brook is right, because we free range ours a lot of times, and the more you free range them, the less feed you actually have to give them. We give ours a lot of times just enough feed to get them used to it, so if we need to put them back in the pen, we can put them right back in the pen with the feed.
Yeah. And Bandana Grandma wants to know, have I dehydrated any moringa leaves yet? No, we just moved our moringa trees out from the greenhouse because it's getting to be 150 degrees in there.
Yeah.
And when I moved them out, they went through a shock and all the leaves turned yellow, but the middles are coming back out. So they're still living. It's just that they had to adjust to being outside.
Yes. James wants to know, I guess he's talking about the mulberry. The mulberry is not a wild berry.
No, it's a tame mulberry.
It's a tame one. B says, 225 says, I like mulberry syrup. I've never actually made mulberry syrup. I've thought about it, just never have done it.
I can't remember if I put a video on the mulberry jelly last year or not, but if I didn't, I'm going to do one this year. Probably this next week. Do I add any other fruit with the mulberries? No.
No.
I just do plain jelly.
Beth Mitchell said, we do free range, but we're spending a lot on feed. It depends on how many chickens you have. We've got, how many you got? You got about 20 or 30 egg layers?
Yeah, in 2 different pens.
Altogether, you got about 20.
Mm-hmm.
And we spend about, 50 pounds every what?
Week.
Every week? About 50 pounds a week for 20 egg layers is what we spend. Yeah.
Okay, so now we've got to move on. What are you wanting to talk about? We need to talk about our book thing right quick before we get too far, and then we'll go into your RV.
Whatever, yeah, just do.
We want to do tell everybody that we're doing a book giveaway. This book right here.
We're going to be giving a book away.
It's What Falls from the Sky.
What Falls from the Sky
by Esther
Emery.
Okay, she saw that Nikki sent me a book this week, and I put it on Instagram that I got in the book and that I was really thrilled. Nikki had been out here, and she was telling me she was reading the book, and I said, well, I've been intending to order it. Well, she turned around, ordered it, and sent it to me. And so I was thanking her on Instagram for sending me the book. And Esther saw it, and she contacted me, and then she rigged a giveaway. She's doing an Easter egg hunt / book giveaway. You're having to hunt the book, not the eggs, actually. And she's got 15 different channels that are giving away one of her books. And she started about an hour and a half before us on Road to the Farm. And Melanie at Road to the Farm, they gave away a book on her live stream. And then we're announcing tonight, we're giving away a book, but I'm not giving it away tonight. We're going to ask y'all to do some homework. You want to tell them what they got to do?
Oh, this is your giveaway. They have to go over to. You have to go over to Esther Emery's channel, either Fauchematic or Esther Emery's, and you have to go to one of her videos, choose one of them, and say Deep South Homestead sent me here. And you got to come back and let us know on which video, on this video right here. Let us know which video it was that you said Deep South Homestead sent you to, and that way we'll put those people's names out and we'll use a randomizer and we'll choose a winner on the 6th of April.
Yes, that's actually the anniversary that Danny and I met for the first time. And we're probably going to go live and do it live. We may have it already, the randomizer already done, but we'll announce the winner probably live because I'd like to do that. And that's going to be our four-year anniversary of actually meeting. So we're going to kind of work all that in together. But in Esther's book, she's talking about unplugging from the internet for a year. And so it really hit home because when I met Danny 4 years ago, I was hooked on my phone and on the computer.
Yep.
And everywhere I went, I had my phone. I was taking pictures. I was texting. I was, looking at Facebook. I was constantly had that phone with me, and I didn't think I could give it up. And for the first year, I probably kept it at least about a year.
You probably kept it a year. Yeah.
But during that year, the more I was around Danny and we had things we were doing, I started laying it down and it got to the point that I actually just forgot about it sometimes, and I would have to go hunt it in order for us to leave or something. And my battery, no, not the battery, the screen messed up.
Yeah, the touchpad.
The touchpad, and I went to have it fixed, and they couldn't fix it, and they wanted to sell me another phone, and I was out from under contract, and I refused to go back under a contract.
Laughing and grin.
And so I just quit with the phone. And so we do not have a cell phone. We have a track phone that we can call, but it doesn't have internet service or anything on it. And we have nothing but a phone now. So it's hard to do, but yet it can be done. And now we went back from not looking at internet hardly ever to doing YouTube videos, which threw us back into keeping up with social media again.
Okay, Janet says, I planted blackberries 2 weeks ago. Will I get blackberries this year? You might get a couple of 3 or 4 off of them, but usually it's the second year canes that produce the berries. So, just be patient with them is all I can tell you. Just be patient. And they was asking about, could you put a hawk or an owl or something like that, a plastic one out in the berries and keep the birds out? Yes, we use a hawk.
No, an owl.
No, we use an owl in our fig tree. We put an owl up in our fig tree to keep the birds from eating our figs. So yes, it does work.
Yeah. And actually, Esther's book is talking about she unplugged for a whole year trying to figure out how to do things for a year. But she's really trying to get you aware of what's going on. It's called What's Falling from the Sky. And each section, one of them is rain. One of them is snow. I think one is sunshine and one is fog. And so it's just a pretty awesome book talking about just getting back to watching the sky.
There's a lot of questions.
Okay, so you guys go to Esther's, either Fauchematic Off-Grid or Esther Emery's channel. Say that Deep South sent you and come back here to this video after it goes up, and you have till May the 6th, and we'll give away one of her books.
Beth asked, when you plant strawberries, you have to wait a year before you pick any of them. No, we plant ours in November, and we pick them in May. So
we've been picking strawberries.
We've already been picking some early this year, but there was some more questions that went by I missed. If I missed your question, just repost it, and I'll see if I can get back to it.
Yes, my cotton is coming up. I've got 6 or 8 plants right now. I may have to replant a few of them, but we're giving it time to see.
It takes a while to. It's kind of like okra. It takes a while because the shell on the outside of it is so hard.
Yeah, and I think that's part of it. But I think I've got 6 or 8 up right now. Is Mike Pratt in here? Yes.
Yeah.
Mike, I've got to tell you, you ought to put the video up with the explanation you gave us because that was really funny. I laughed the whole time, but I knew I got the meaning of what he was doing. He used a toilet paper roll and 2 paper towels to explain what we needed to do, so maybe we wouldn't have so much buffering tonight.
RB Pipe says, how many hogs do we raise a year? Usually about 3 is what that's what we got left right now. We try to keep 3 at least. Roxanne says, wild blackberries are taking over the back of their property. They will do that. They will take completely over.
But they make some good jelly.
They do. They make great jelly.
How would you keep big black snakes from climbing up a tree?
Put metal around it. Put you a piece of slick metal around the bottom of it where they can't get started up the tree.
And give the tree room to grow.
Yeah, well, just so they can't get underneath the metal. Just leave the metal where it will actually expand. Just leave it where you can keep loosening the metal up as the tree grows.
I'm bold, outgoing, and finish most things and take charge. What personality? That's Kelly.
I'm bold. I'm very outgoing. I finish most things. I take charge. What personality? Do you have a temper? Because you're explaining a choleric and a sanguine cross.
That was Kelly. We'll see if she has a temper.
Because if you have a temper, I mean, usually most cholerics are a little bit high-strung. They get aggravated real easy and they're a little bit hot-headed.
Danny, is it safe to use the dehydrated water on the garden?
Yes.
Yes.
Wild raspberries grow around here like crazy. I wish the wild raspberries grew here a lot, but they don't. It's just so hot here. It's hard to get raspberries to grow at all. Sheila's right. Wild blackberries make great cobblers and syrup too.
And Sheps for her says, I wish I had a blackberry. No, she said she had a wild blackberry show up in the garden. I leave things like that. If things come up in our garden, Danny he wants to plow and I won't let him sometimes. Yeah. I like the wild things because when I start doing some of my foraging, I want to talk about what's wild here that's good for things. And you will find that some things you just want to let go and let it grow instead of trying to get rid of it.
Okay, we're at 37 minutes. Okay. Okay, we're going to talk about our late night intruder that we had this past week. About 1:30 in the morning, I am woken. Is that a word?
No, you awakened.
I was awakened. Okay, I was awakened. Okay, hold on. I have no patience in my mouth, no mouth filter. What category am I? You sound like a choleric. Yes, I left it. I have to keep it under control.
Talking about the wild blackberry.
Okay,
Miss B lady asked, do we have any trees that can tap for syrup? No.
No, we don't have any. But anyway, at 1:30 in the morning, I'm awakened by an alarm system that tells me that there's some sort of intruder on our property. We do not know what it is at the moment. So I am up and out the door, and trying to figure out what it is. But when I open the door, as soon as I open the door, I hear the hens and the chickens are cackling and carrying on. So I know immediately there's something in the chicken pen or at the chicken pen. But by the time I got there, looked like coyotes had tore the boards off the side of the pen. And we did not get to shoot them or anything. But they have not been back. That's one thing about a coyote like that. Usually once human pressure is put on them, they don't usually come back, for a pretty good while anyway.
Yeah.
How do you prevent bugs from killing strawberry plants? We don't have that problem here.
Ours is mainly slugs and grasshoppers.
Crickets.
Crickets eat holes in mine.
Slugs, and fire ants. That's the main things
ants.
we have to deal with here when it comes to strawberries.
probably out of every third or fourth strawberry I pick, cricket has eaten a hole in it.
Yeah, we have holes eating the sides of them, many of them, but there's just nothing we can do. When you put mulch down in the South, you're going to get crickets, because I tried putting the leaves around my tomato plants as a mulch, and I went down there and looked, and a lot of my tomato plants were laying over on the ground, and I started moving the leaves to look, and they would eat off under the ground, and crickets went to hopping out of the ground everywhere. So
they're eating
my tomato plants off. So I'm going to probably have to take the leaves and mulch away from the tomato plants in order to salvage them.
So we have somebody wanting to know when the Appalachian Homestead meeting is. May 6th in Crossville, Tennessee. It'll be an all-day thing. Danny and I will be there. He will be speaking. I'm just going to be visiting. I'm not speaking.
You might speak. It just depends. I may set it up where you have to.
No, but it is May the 6th in Crossville, Tennessee, and Old Alabama Gardener's going to be there along with the Pratt family, us, Starry Hilder, Jay Knoll, and Patera, and a lot of other people.
Ginger Rose says, do you have a row cover over your strawberries to keep the deer from eating them? No, we don't allow the deer up by the house. If the deer come up by the house, we shoot them and then we eat the deer.
Yeah.
Fire ants, so Roxanne said, fire ants ruined her potatoes last year. If we had left ours in the ground, they would have ruined ours, but I happened to catch them right at the right moment before they do. And
we had them eat a few, but we caught it enough.
Kelly said, I do have a temper and I'm hot-headed. And you'd be choleric if that would be the case.
Yeah.
Okay, Homesteading the Pioneer Way says, I hang my strawberries from an arbor. That's pretty cool if you want to water them, yeah.
And they're saying Ricky Wallace is going, yes,
I get holes
Wallace
in my strawberries too, and they rot.
Wallace Knife Works is going, so is Tommy Alderman. They're just not speaking. They're going to go. We've talked to both of them, and they are going. So
yes.
They'll all be there.
Yeah, Ricky told us when he was over here the other day that they were going.
Yeah.
Mike, yeah, I can't wait to meet Mike and Jenny and all them up there, and all the subscribers that end up showing up, and Starry Hilder, all these different ones. Jay Knoll, I can't wait to actually get to meet those. And Kelly, yes, you're right. Fire ants are the devil's helpers. I believe that from the bottom of my heart. I believe they're out of the pit of hell.
Yeah, I'm just anxious to meet Patera. Once I get Patera out of the way, I'll meet everybody else. But I'm going to see Patera first. I'm making a beeline for her.
I hear you. How do you get rid of fire ants? That is the $64,000 question.
If you figure it out, let us know.
Yes. If you figure it out, you'll be rich. I can tell you that.
Are y'all taking anything to Tennessee, and did you figure out how Danny's going to eat? Yes, we are taking. Right now I have blueberry jam made.
Yep.
I've got a few dish towels made, but not many. What you were taking?
We were hoping to take some of our sweet potato manuals, some cookbooks.
And if Danny gets really energetic, maybe a few spoons, but I don't know if that's happening yet.
I don't know. That's a lot of work. I'm into the RV right now. That's just
everything's going by the wayside.
Yeah.
All right, so that gets you up to what else?
So this is a one-day event. How do we squeeze it all in? It's really.
All right. Somebody asked if I'd like another scarf like the one I got. You'll have to post that question again because I caught the tail end of it.
And had a small black pine. Okay, the questions are going by too fast. How do you make your strawberries sweet in the South? We don't have to do anything to them, Grizz. They're automatically sweet. Anything from the South is sweet, even the women.
I think Quake Lake was asking, how do we fit it all in on that day of the conference? She's got people lined up, one right after another, to talk. And so they're spaced out pretty good. There's going to be some overlap, I'm sure, but you'll be able to pick and choose, and probably most of the ones you want to see will not overlap. So you can kind of see how she's putting the schedule up shortly. I think she said within the next couple of
Homesteading
weeks.
the Pioneer Way says, I also make dish towels. Can I see one of yours? I hand stitch mine, so.
I take and crochet. Mine are crocheted. So I guess if you say hand stitch, you're talking about sewing, hand sewing, but I crochet.
Tina says she's got her kid, 5-year-old, has an earache. Pray for him.
All right, I'll add it.
Roxanne, yes, all things are sweet in the South. Yep. Everything down south.
Okay. Y'all need to bring one of the conferences here closer to me.
Where are you at, Janet?
There's going to be one in Virginia in October.
Yeah, there's one in Virginia, I know.
And I know a lot of people on the West Coast are really wanting to have one over there, but nobody's taken the initiative yet to do a West Coast thing, because there's a lot of people.
She says she's close to Memphis, and if you're close to Memphis, the one we're going at's in Crossville, Tennessee. You're not far. You're closer than we are.
Yeah, because it's going to take us a while to get there. So yeah, you could go, Janet. You could probably get there in half the time we are.
Tangy, the caterer's wife, said even the southern gals are sweet. Yes, they are. That's why I'm married to one of them.
Sweet as Tupelo honey. I know that.
Do we grow mayhaws? Yes.
Our mayhaws the trees are looking good.
The trees are looking good. They're not quite old enough yet to be bearing a bunch of mayhaws, but the trees are getting there.
I know I'm as sweet as blueberry wine. Everything's sweet except the fire ants. Yep. That's it. Dishcloths, and I like to do chicken scratch on them. So I'm not sure what.
Okay.
I've heard of chicken scratch, but I don't remember what that is right off. I remember hearing it years ago. Wanda, I will bring you a scarf. What color? I like blue, but you can surprise me because I like earth tones too. Because blue doesn't really go with everything. Earth tones does.
Susan Holland said, what is the best canning tomato? Hello from Virginia.
Amish paste.
Amish paste for us is the best canning tomato we've ever come across. Now, there's a lot of good ones out there. I mean, there's the Mortgage Lifter, which does really, really good also. There's a ton of them, but the Amish paste is the one that we mainly do. The Parks Whopper has one that's a real good canning tomato. We just like the Amish paste because it's got more meat than it does juice. So that's why we use it.
You got your daughter in the beginning of that dehydrated video.
Oh, well, that doesn't surprise me.
Jennifer, you want me to get the frying pan to him? Somebody said I needed to.
Yeah.
Okay.
This year, pawpaws are as big as my fist. Wow, that sounds pretty good.
Now, I've never seen a pawpaw. I want to know what color's the kitchen. I'll send you a dishcloth. What color is our kitchen?
Beige.
Yeah, kind of a beigey color. I don't have and we've got a little bit of maroon in there, I think.
We are in zone 8. I saw the question go by about what zone we were in. We're in zone 8. We got 12 minutes. Okay.
All right, you want to quickly talk about the RV before we get out?
Yep, the RV, y'all. I have been gutting on the RV, and as y'all seen, I just keep running into more and more things on it. I try to put up a video every so often about it. It's just kind of tough because I don't know the mentality of the people who built these things, but I'll assure you that by the time I get through with it, if the Lord's willing, it will be awesome. Wanda and I have now come up with the design that we want to go back in it, the floor layout. So we'll be remodeling the inside of it, redesigning the inside of it. You get that for everywhere?
Kelly B, yes, yeah. I'm getting it.
We've got the floor plan figured out. We'll be changing out most everything in it. We've torn out a lot of the insulation now that's in the part where we're at in the rear. We're going to be enlarging the bathroom on the back of it. We're going to be putting a composting toilet in. So, we've got a lot of changes made. We've had to redo the brake lights this week. We're having to redo every light on it because water's actually pouring in around all the lights on it and getting down inside the body.
They didn't seal it. When they made it, they just ran all the screws through the fiberglass.
They drilled half-inch holes through the fiberglass and put a little tiny light over it with no rubber or anything behind it to seal it off, and water just started coming in and getting in the RV.
But it's done good for 38 years. It hasn't ruined the walls or anything. It's just that it's getting in there.
Yeah, but we now have a plan and we now have a design. So we're going to be moving forward with that.
It was built in the 70s.
Yes, it was built in the 70s, 78 to be exact.
Yeah, the design's going to be awesome.
The design y'all, I think, will be totally amazed when we get through with it. It's just that I've got to do the wiring for the lights, the wiring for all the receptacles and all that before I put anything back on the walls or before I put anything back on the ceilings. I need to be able to know exactly where everything's going. That's why we had to have a floor plan, so that we would know what we needed and where we needed it at. And now all wiring will be ran in conduit throughout the whole RV, so I won't have to worry about if a rat ever gets in there in the future, he won't be able to chew into nothing maybe. So
it'll be totally sealed.
Plus, we have a wish list over on Amazon. Somebody had asked us about a wish list.
Yeah,
and
we're working on
we're working on a wish list over on Amazon and Walmart, because some people said they
anything in Walmart. Yeah.
I thought we had a
couple
of
I did.
Yeah,
a couple of things.
But people had asked us to do that, so we did it just so people could look and see what we're putting into the RV, and it would give you some ideas about some of the things that we found that might work in an RV if you decide you want to do some work on an RV.
Yeah, and your daughter's sick in bed. She's going to spend her birthday. Happy birthday tomorrow,
Yeah, happy
Jennifer.
birthday tomorrow, Jen. Yeah.
I had to ask him when your birthday was. I knew it was coming up. I just couldn't remember exactly which day. So happy birthday early. And I've got you down on our prayer list because of being in bed.
B-Lady wants to know, Jennifer, do you have a YouTube channel? Nope, she doesn't have a YouTube channel.
And she's really shocked her daddy does.
She's amazed that I do. Yeah. Oh.
It is funny.
Yes, we have several. Thank you, Suburban. We actually have 2 or 3 videos up, and I've got several more coming up on what I've done to the RV so far, because it's just a shell out there right now. Georgia
Garden Girl is asking, is the conference wheelchair accessible? Yes, I would say so, because it's in a big conference area.
I would think
and so yes, I'm pretty sure, but I will ask Patera and make sure, but I would say it has to be due to it being a public facility. I wear aprons, prayers for her for enlarged spleen.
Due to having mono. Okay.
All right, so are we going to put a bed in the RV in the back? No. No, the back is going to be all bathroom.
All bathroom. The whole back of the RV will strictly be all bathroom with a composting toilet. We're going to put a larger vanity in it, and we're going to redo the tub and shower system, because we're taking all the ABS plumbing out of it and putting PVC Schedule 40 back, because I hate ABS. I don't even want it in nothing I have.
And the kitchen's going to revert to the other side. There's going to be a bed/couch on the side the kitchen was on. The whole bed at the top's going to be changed and done differently, so it's not going to look anything like it does, or it did. It doesn't look like it did anyway.
Well, it's not going to look like it did.
So we don't have much more time. I just want to remind you guys to remember our giveaway on Esther's book, to go to their channel and come back here after you go over there and start putting requests up. I know several people already have.
I want y'all to remember Rich from Tennessee Homestead.
You talked to him yesterday?
I talked to him this past week. He called me, kind of needing to talk to somebody. He's going through a divorce after 30-something years of marriage, and it's a little bit tough on him. But I think after we talked, I think he's able to move on, and he's gonna do all right. So I'm kind of looking forward to some of his new videos, and looking forward to seeing where he's moving to, and he's trying to locate some new property. So we're hoping that Rich is going to be okay and get everything squared away.
And he's going to be showing you as an older person that
Yeah.
already has the know-how to
Yeah.
do a homestead. He's going to be starting over. So that's going to be really exciting to see him starting from scratch, basically, and
Yeah.
showing you how to do it, and hopefully do it the right way, because he should know what he's doing.
Yeah, Rich is going to take everybody on a journey along with him about how it is for somebody who don't have any land, who's looking for land and having to rent and all this kind of stuff, which I think is going to go over real well. It's Rich, not Rick, from Tennessee Homestead.
Yes. Susan, if you can pick up Tennessee Homestead's URL and post it.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a few prayer requests.
Janet, Rich is probably in his mid-60s, I would say.
Yeah.
He's not, I don't think he's retired yet. I think he's around 60, 61, something like that.
Susan, it's Tennessee Homestead. Is his channel name. All right, your daughter Jennifer for one.
Okay, we got 5 minutes.
Kelly B. Tina asked for her child.
Child with earache, I saw that.
Raven asked for prayer.
Prayers for her cancer check for her kidneys.
Yes. And Clarice, this is a lady that we've talked to over and over. She's in France, but she is a Scottish lady living there. She asked for prayer that she's been having some health issues. And then 46 Degrees did a video this week on Ann Poucher, or I think Poucher, I think is how you say it. Now, Ann was one of our subscribers, and if many of you may remember her, she always comments on lots and lots of videos on different channels. And 46 Degrees was a friend of hers, and she passed away this week, or well, a couple of weeks ago, I guess, or so.
Okay. Carrie Dill says, can someone start homesteading at 53 years old? The answer is yes, because Rich from Tennessee Homestead is going to prove it. Okay, y'all, we gotta pray. I don't want to get over into Zach's time, so let's go ahead and go to the Lord in prayer. Father, we want to thank you so much for loving us and for just being so good to us all the time. You're better to us than we deserve you to be, Lord. And Father, there's been a lot of prayers that went up tonight, a lot of requests that went up. I want to pray for Rich from the Tennessee Homestead. Lord, I pray that you'll just be with him as he's gone through this divorce and give him strength and courage through this, Lord. And Father, there's been some that's mentioned cancer tests. I pray for those, Lord. And small children that's been sick, and Lord, my daughter's sick. And Father, I can't remember all of them, Lord, but there's just been a pile of them here tonight that has put up prayer requests, Lord. And I pray that you'll meet their physical needs in this. And Lord, I pray that you'll give them peace and comfort and rest and healing for their bodies. And Lord, I pray for just love. Father, I want everybody to be loved, and I want everybody to feel the presence of the Spirit in their life and to feel how close that you can be to them, Lord, the peace that passes all understanding, the fruits of the Spirit that you speak of, Lord. I pray that on the request that's been made here tonight now. Father, I want you I just want to let the people here know how much we love and appreciate each and every one on this channel here. And Father, I just pray that for them taking their time out of their day to sit and listen to us, that you will give them a special blessing in their life this week. Lord, I just thank you for blessing us so that we can reach out and bless others now. Lord, I just want to tell you once again, we love you and we appreciate you. And I pray that all honor and glory will go to you tonight, Father. We ask these things in thy name. Amen.
Amen. Okay, everybody, head over to Zach's. Well, you got a couple of minutes, but yeah. Zach at An American Homestead is next. And just make sure if you want a book, you go to Esther's channel or Vouchamatic. Tell them Deep South sent you. Come back, tell us which video it was on, and we will draw on April the 6th.
Yep.
And
if you want one of Deep South Homestead shirts, just go to our
description. It's in the
description below. You can get you a Deep South Homestead shirt. We have the Deep South Homestead hats now that we can get. What else?
Thank you, Catherine, for the new saying that's going on the back of the
Thank you for the new logo to go on our T-shirts.
And just message me or email me or something, and we'll get with you on where to send it. And you guys go see Zach at An American Homestead.
Good night, and we love y'all. Have a blessed night.
Thank you, guys.